Derek is standing in his driveway in Slidell, Louisiana. It's 4 a.m. A mandatory evacuation order just dropped for his parish. Hurricane-force winds expected landfall in 11 hours. His wife is loading the car. His 6-year-old daughter, Emma, is sitting on the porch steps refusing to put her shoes on because she doesn't want to leave her stuffed rabbit, which is somewhere inside the house. His 3-year-old son is awake and screaming for no identifiable reason, and Derek is burning through the only time he has standing in the driveway trying to negotiate with a 6-year-old. He loses 9 minutes. In an evacuation, 9 minutes is the difference between getting ahead of the traffic and sitting on I-10 for 6 hours in a car with 2 kids and a dog. Most parents never think about this before it happens. I spent time researching this after realizing my own evacuation plan had completely ignored the child variable. But children under 8 are not small adults in a crisis. They are a completely different variable with completely different needs, completely different responses to stress, and the ability to derail a well-planned evacuation in minutes. In the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how to child-proof your evacuation plan. Specific steps, specific tools, specific conversations to have before the alert ever hits. Because if you haven't prepared your kids for this moment before it arrives, you will be parenting and evacuating simultaneously under maximum stress. And one of those things will fail. Here's what nobody tells you about young children in emergencies. Their brains are not neurologically equipped to process threat the way adults do. A child under 8 cannot fully understand abstract danger. They cannot connect hurricane coming to we need to leave right now without the rabbit. What they experience instead is disruption of their routine, which their nervous system registers as threat. So they freeze, tantrum, shut down, or dissociate. Exactly the behaviors that cost you time and cognitive bandwidth at the worst possible moment. After Hurricane Katrina, emergency management researchers documented that families with young children took an average of 40% longer to evacuate than families without. Not because the parents loved their kids less, because nobody had prepared the kids for what evacuation looked, felt, and sounded like before it happened. Most people get this completely wrong and assume their kids will just follow instructions under pressure because they usually do. They won't. A child's stress response under genuine emergency conditions looks completely different from their everyday behavior. The compliant 5-year-old who always listens becomes rigid and unreachable when their environment suddenly feels unsafe and unfamiliar. This is not defiance. This is their nervous system doing exactly what it's designed to do, resisting change when change signals danger. The solution is rehearsal, not a conversation, not a warning, an actual physical rehearsal. Emergency management professionals call it family fire drills. And it works for every type of evacuation, not just fire. You run the scenario with your kids before it's real. You show them where the go bags are. You show them what grabbing their own small bag feels like. You drive the evacuation route once so the car ride doesn't feel alien. You practice the exact sequence, shoes on, bag grabbed into the car, until it becomes muscle memory for a 6-year-old. This is the part that almost nobody in the survival community talks about. And it might be the most important thing in this entire video. And here's the part that will surprise you. The single most effective tool for managing young children in an evacuation isn't a piece of gear, it's a language. Specifically, the words you use in the first 60 seconds of an emergency determine whether your child moves with you or locks up. Phrases like, "We have to go right now," trigger resistance because they signal loss of control. Phrases like, "It's time for our adventure drill. You know what to do," activate the rehearsed behavior pattern instead of the panic response. This sounds small. It isn't. The difference between a child who locks up for 9 minutes and a child who moves toward the car is often one sentence delivered in a calm, familiar tone. And that sentence has to be practiced before the night everything goes wrong. This is where it gets deadly in multi-child households. When you have one child in panic and one child in need of physical carrying, which happens constantly with toddlers in genuine emergencies, you lose at least one adult's hands and decision-making capacity entirely. The parent managing the toddler cannot simultaneously load the car, verify the go bag, and communicate with the other parent about route decisions. This is why every family with children under 8 needs a written evacuation task list, not a mental one. A laminated card, $1.29 at Dollar Tree for the laminating pouches that each parent can grab and execute independently without coordination. Parent 1 handles kids into car, kids go bags, car keys, pets. Parent 2 handles family go bag, medications, document pouch, locking the house. Nobody has to ask what the other person is doing. Nobody has to synchronize in real time under stress. The card does the thinking, so your brain doesn't have to. The thing survival channels never mention about evacuating with young children is the post-departure window, the 30 to 60 minutes inside the car after you leave. A stressed toddler in a car seat in an unfamiliar nighttime situation will scream. A 6-year-old will ask the same 3 questions on a loop, and you need to be navigating, monitoring road conditions, communicating with family members about your status, and making route decisions, all while your nervous system is also activated. Your go bag needs a dedicated kids' comfort kit, not toys, familiar objects, a specific stuffed animal that lives in the go bag and never comes out except during drills and real evacuations. A tablet pre-downloaded with 3 hours of their favorite shows, fully charged in airplane mode so it doesn't drain searching for signal. A Ziploc bag of their preferred snacks. These cost almost nothing, and they buy you the mental bandwidth to drive safely and make good decisions. The Anker PowerCore 10,000 portable charger, about $22 on Amazon, keeps that tablet alive through an extended evacuation without needing a power outlet. Put one in your go bag tonight. Most people will watch this and do nothing. Don't be most people. The ones who survive aren't the strongest. They're the ones who prepared before everyone else did. If you want to know what else they prepared for, stick around. But today, this week, do one thing. Run a 5-minute evacuation drill with your kids. Don't explain it. Just do it. Say, "It's time for our adventure drill," and see how long it takes everyone to get shoes on, grab their bag, and get to the car. Time it honestly. That number is your real evacuation window with children, and it will probably surprise you. So tell me, have you ever actually timed how long it takes your family to get out the door in a real hurry? Drop your number in the comments, because most parents have no idea, and that gap is exactly where disasters find their victims.